trauma from the bad ending of Game of Thrones, now when a show I love is about to end, I don't just get nervous that the ending would be bad just for the story. It's also because I want to keep all like the merchandise and memorabilia that I have. And I'm happy to say that in the case of Stranger Things, I'm gonna keep my stuff. I get to keep my t-shirts, I get to keep my mugs, even my scoop soy plastics. I get to keep all of it because I personally loved that ending. Hi and welcome to Raz Reviews. Today I'm going to be talking about Stranger Things 5 Volume 2 and 3. I enjoyed Season 5 overall. It wasn't the best season, no, but it was one of the better seasons and I actually really liked what I saw. I feel like I never lost track of the kind of show that I'm watching. Stranger Things is an 80s nostalgia, sci-fi, horror-ish, fun adventure between really lovable characters, and that remained true in every single season. The show was never perfect, it was always flawed, and I love it anyway, just as it is. So to me, it was a great ending. I really enjoyed it, and I think the thing that made it work for me the most is the fact that it really plays like a D&D campaign. I love the fact that it's just a bunch of heroes, a party of friends who work together to defeat a big evil that's way bigger than them. They are not super powered, but with time and experiences and character growth, they become strong enough to defeat the big bad. That's how D&D games play out, and that's how the show played out. And to me, as a big fan of Dungeons and Dragons, this is classic D&D, and I loved it. It was very emotional. The final 45 minutes of that finale was just me in tears, like seriously, an absolute mess. The most important thing for me in the ending is that I didn't get smacked in the face with some weird subvert my expectation, random ass stuff that didn't make sense or killed character development or threw a curveball at me that didn't make sense. No. It just ended, The flaws that this season has, and it has many, are the same flaws that it had from season 1 to 4. Yes, some of the plot is convoluted, sometimes it's unbelievable. Yes, the characters have plot armor. Yes, sometimes it gets a little cheesy. Yes, sometimes there's too much talking and too much exposition. Yes to all these things, but that's always been the case. That's Stranger Things. I know I'm not watching a Vince Gilligan show here. I know, it's not perfect. Linda Hamilton was waste on a terrible villain. There were a lot of details in the plot that feel a little bit retconny or plot holy. They could have been explained better. Sure, there's plot armor. Yes. All of this is true. The military is absolutely ridiculous. They always were, by the way. You guys were convinced with a bunch of kids defeating Soviet-era Russian army guys? Like, come on. It was a great wrap-up for the story. Great resolution for all the characters for me. And in the end, just a emotional and satisfying ending. It's what I wanted. It's what I got. And I think it's a great send-off to a show that I spent 10 years watching. And I'm going to give Stranger Things Season 5 an 8.5 out of 10.